like the friendship that you have always wanted.
And this is the first song that Whitney Houston did on television. She's human, right? The idea, because I've listened to her so many times, but she's very nervous. And it's logical. So somewhere over the rainbow, it's like somewhere over the rainbow, but so it's the Oscars.
Yeah.
And she can do that. You know what I mean? I will be, backstage throwing up or something. So yeah, she's doing that. So
I think you can hear it like even in her voice. I mean, it's like it sounds stable, but yeah, as you said, she's breathing in quite a lot, which is like absolutely understandable. I just have to have a little chuckle because I'm like, I bet he'll be like, she go, oh, further. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but also it sounds too much stable. Like when you are very focused, I don't want to, I'm very excited. I'm very anxious now, but I don't want nobody to notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very complicated to sing like that. So that's why we are not listening to her freely voice. It's not so rounded like usual because, it's a very complicated situation, but she's doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, as you said, this is the Oscars. Like it doesn't get higher stakes than like singing at the Oscars and being nominated for the first time as well, right?
And not winning. I'm very, very, very angry about this.
Me too. We'll talk about that. Definitely.
You dare to dream really do come true.
You can see that as well, that she's super. I mean, she's breathing the whole time, and even in the middle, you could see like that little catch of her breath in there. I love that she did the. Why do you obviously, you're an amazing singer and belter. So, like, what do you think about the lifting of the head though when people are belting?
If it helps, it's okay. It depends a lot about the size of your head, of your neck. We are looking for stability there, right? So it depends. So if you need to, lift the chin a little bit up, it's okay if it's going to help you. And when we are doing that, we are not losing the lengthening of the head and the neck and the spine. So we are not doing something like this, or, we are not adding more tension. No, we are trying to stabilize ourselves. So if it works for you, great. But if it doesn't, don't do that. That's why. Yeah, and it's very interesting about the low notes, because when you are very nervous, it's like impossible to get into the low ones. So, but she's so great. She can do that. So it's
she really is. I mean, I just think, and especially way up high, and I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult the song is, doing somewhere. Is it these huge octaves? And it's just in general, it's a very difficult song to sing, long phrases, breath control. And you've just got this really like light sound that you're just meant to be producing. I feel like that's probably why she went into that fuller sound and lifted the head, as you said, to find stability, but also because that louder sound is also immediately a more stable sound when you're that kind of like nervous.
Emotionally also, because if you are listening to yourself with a bigger sound, it seems like that you are more secure. So it's like, okay, this is my thing. And one of the last sentences that we were watching, I think that finally she's on, because it's a little switch of the timbre, and she looks around and it's like, okay, now I think she's much calmer, yeah, more down, yeah. It's a very, very complicated. And also, we don't know that, but I'm all the time, after Idina Menzel, I'm very scared about sound technicians and Oscars. So we don't know what's going on in the air, so I'm very scared about that, because they are the best, but we don't know if they are in the best conditions. And it scares me a lot.
Oh, I think that it's not to be underestimated, like what can happen with the inner ears and things like that. I think, you're relying on this because obviously she's not going to be able to hear anything from the orchestra coming from the front. Let's go back a little bit on that though, because I love that what you said about the moment where she started to look around. I just thought that was a really lovely moment, that she almost like relaxed into that feeling. I just thought that was so lovely.
You dare to dream really do come true.
Yeah. And the voice is more stable. Yeah.
That was so beautiful. And you just feel like, and you also, I felt like it was a moment as well for like her, that you dare to dream, she's at the Oscars being nominated, and it's almost like a bit of a personal moment, I feel like, in that. Just so lovely.
And wake up where the clouds are far behind me. But your eyes melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me.
I feel like this is a different Ariana sound than we're used to hearing.
Right?
That's like this sounds like, I don't want to say that she hasn't sounded like an adult until this moment, but I feel like this is like her like adult sound coming out, and very like womanly, I feel, coming through now. Like it's quite a dark sound.
I think also because she knows what she's singing, right? Because when she's doing pop, the pop is a box where we can do whatever we want, with the voice, and we can talk more or do any effect that we want, but it's pop. But she's singing now something very important, something very related with Wicked, as you know, and all the fans know. And I think that's the quality that also she's chosen. You know what I mean? That is something that it's completely chosen by her, because she can do that. And I think this kind of repertoire, it's very nice to allow us to see her in with other ears and eyes.
Yeah.
But I agree again, because she's very young, and now she's growing also. Yes, so I agree again that the voice is more mature now. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, definitely. I just like that, even in her newer recordings where she, already had finished with Wicked and doing, a lot of that very light stuff. I just feel like now this just, I love that sound that she's making, and also showing that she can do it as well. Because I think that that's a lot of, people are kind of being quite hard, I think, on Ariana and her sound. And
it's the Mariah of this generation, and it's okay. Each generation needs a Mariah. So now we have Ariana, and she can do whatever she wants, and she does amazingly things with her voice. And people sometimes it's very hard. I don't know why.
I agree with you. Oh, it's beautiful.
birds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh why can't
She's got a shoe on her dress. I didn't see that. A little bit out of tune there at the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she knew it. You could see that she added in the vibrato there to try and like she was trying to go for it and to get that sound up, and then chose the vibrato to color it because she couldn't quite get the. That's hard though. That's like a thinner vocal fold, like right at the top of the passaggio. I feel like right at that. That's hard.
Yeah, especially in the situation, this song, because of the notes, you told it. You were speaking about that before. We have a range, very wide range, and you have two options. You are going to have issues with the low or with the high. It depends about the key that you are going to choose, no? And there is like very complicated low note on the final part of the song, and then we need to stack there in the middle of her passaggio, maybe, yes, as you told me, but it's very complicated to maintain that. And she was playing also with the microphone, with the dynamics, trying to find if she was on pitch or not, you know. But we noticed that. I'm not sure how many people notice that. You know, it's this kind of pitchy thing that maybe people doesn't get it.
I don't think it's as important as people. I mean, obviously we want to try and sing a pitch. There's no doubt about it. Ariana Grande is an amazing singer, and that's not something that she usually has to think about. But yeah, as we said at the beginning, like nerves, hey. And also the fact that like we all know that note is like one of the hardest to sing in the entire song, is the very last note, and that sort of like mixed quality that she was in. So yeah, I think it doesn't matter. I mean, although we're hearing that, it's so unimportant, I think.
I think so. I love everything, the new riffs, the variations from the melody. She was doing a long note and the orchestra were waiting for her. I love that. You know, it's very complicated to do a cover with this kind of songs that everyone knows it. And I think it was very, you know, very her style, but at the same time, not too much. I love that.
I like that it was like, as you said, but I feel like it was even a lovely hybrid. Like she did the MT at the beginning, and then she went into her section of the song. But as you say, not too much. It wasn't like it was this crazy amount of riffs and things like that she was doing. It was a very subtle way of doing it. Yeah, I thought that was really lovely.
Yeah, agree.
Think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall, they have a meaning. Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean.
Where's the song from?
This is from The Wiz, When I Think of Home. And this is the first song that Whitney Houston did on television.
I didn't realize that. I was like, it sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever had anyone sing this song.
I don't know if there is something related with the Wiz. I don't know. Wicked, Wiz, blah, blah. I don't know. I think it's more related with Houston. I don't know why. Because, you know, all the hype about that they were doing the performance or not. Cynthia was saying, no, we are not doing the opening of the Oscars, blah, blah, blah. And all these people talking about the possibility to have a second change of a little piece of Mariah and Whitney in the Oscars. I don't know, but this was the first song that Whitney sang on TV in 1982, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like wow. And when she started, I was like, and you know, the all the all the covers from this song are very nice. But again, Cynthia Erivo, when I was doing one review from the movie in my Instagram, but it's in Spanish, so there is not English subtitles. Sorry, but I was saying she has the amazing, incredible capacity that you connect with the things that she's saying. It's
Yeah.
like that she's trespassing the screen, so you have the feeling that she's telling you the story. And I think that's amazing. I don't know anyone else that is capable to do that. It's all the time. It's like she's singing to me.
Yeah.
She's
I
telling that to me.
totally.
It's incredible.
She's just the most fabulous singer. I just feel like she has this, as you said, this like wonderful energy about her that you just really get this. Yeah. And I love that this beautiful, when I think of home, it's like lovely, like thicker vocal fold sound there at the beginning. It's just it's so warm. And it just, as you said, like it makes you really just like drawn into her sound. It's just so stunning.
Yeah.
Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its fate, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love like yours and
And she's enjoying the view, it's like I'm doing this crazy note, maintaining it. Hello, people. Hi. It's amazing.
Do you think though that because I know a lot of people like they perceive belting to be this like, oh my God, the holy grail of belting. I always like to tell people that as soon as you get like when you click into your belt, the sky's the limit, really. And like once you really click into it, it's not as difficult as people kind of make it out to be. What do you feel about it?
If we think about the real definition of belt, like shouting out loud far away, we need high frequencies, we need projection, and we need the thicker vocal folds, right? So we need thick vocal folds that are going to create louder sounds because of the close phase of voice production. But when we are using microphones, this is a very personal opinion, this is all about the thickness of the folds. Yeah. Because when you have thicker folds, maybe you are not using your body too much, you are not using very high frequency because you are not going to project. You don't need that. The microphone is going to do that. Yeah. So you can work on create a bigger sound from the source, and it's going to create the emotional connection because we have a very strong emotional connection with this kind of sounds. So I always say that when a sound has very thick folds, you are going to feel that very deeply. And every time I listen to this, because I listen to this song, I don't know how many times, but when she starts to go, because they mix they do a little sewing of the lyrics. So they do like little pieces, but in the final part, every time I listen to that, it's like goosebumps. And I think it's related with the mass of the vocal folds,
I mean, you also see it in the way that the audience, you know, they start to clap and everyone goes wild in those like really high kind of, and even if it wasn't, would you call that belting?
No.
No.
Because we know her, so I will call
True.
that Cynthia speaking happily. You know, telling stories.
I love that. I love
Telling
that.
stories in a happy voice, because again, the microphone, it's a very huge different story.
Yeah.
And everyone that has worked one time or two times with a sound engineer, we know which kind of things we can do and which kind of things we cannot do with powerful voices and a microphone. So it's not necessary to do a lot, because the microphone is going to do the rest.
Yeah. Oh, I just think like, why kill yourself? You know, when you're singing on stage, you don't have to say, you can make as you said, you can make it sound like it's a loud sound from the mass of the vocal folds rather than just like going, bleh. I feel like otherwise it's like overdoing it.
Yeah. And with an at the beginning, at the final part, and sustaining a it's very
That's
complicated.
hard. Yeah.
Because she's doing like an ooh, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No? Right?
Yeah. That.
Because if she goes for the we are going to lose the sound, because we are going to, you know, it's going to be a nasal sound. We are going to lose all the frequencies. So I think that's why she's doing that, to maintain the sound.
Yeah, true.
And it's you can do a lot of choices and think this is the toughest one, but she's Cynthia Erivo, so
she could sing the phone book, I think, and I'd pay money to watch that.
Yeah.
Unlimited. Together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. Land our dreams the way we planned on. If we work in tandem, there's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I, divine battery.
Oh, it's gonna make me cry. This is just like the friendship that you have always wanted, you know? Like, it's just so beautiful. And you can really notice that I watched a lot of their interviews because I am obsessed. I am obsessed with the Wicked movie. I think it's wonderful. But that the two of, you know, that Cynthia knows that Ariana like gets really nervous in these situations, and that she's a calming force on her. You immediately feel like Ariana goes, and she relaxes into the moment with the hand going forward. And I mean, that's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just, and also the way that their voices blend in that moment. Oh,
it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm not sure if they changed the lyrics a little bit.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, because she said something like, together we can do whatever we want. And she said, Glinda. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's like that.
Let me just have a look, because I do someone's singing the song at the moment. I don't know.
Unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. Glinda, dreams the way we planned on. If we work in tandem.
Oh no, they're not changed.
No, it's the same. Okay,
That's the same. That's the same lyrics.
Okay, in the musical, yeah.
Cannot win. Just you and I, divine battery.
And the blending, it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very nice. We can listen to some harmonics differently.
Yeah.
But in all the interviews they were talking about this, no, how they taking care of each other. Also, they were taking care of their voices to try to match as much as possible. You know, and
Yeah.
it's if you think about the two voices separately, this is like crazy because they are very different timbres, but they do that. You know, it's very nice. It's very, very nice.
Oh, I think I totally agree with you. I think it's absolutely beautiful the way that they look after each other's sounds, that they don't try and over sing from the other person. You notice that they're, I mean, we both know this from singing in groups and with other people, that you're always trying to sort of like not dampen your sound, but like not push your individual part of your voice that you're trying to match. And with the vowels and the mouth shapes, you can see in the, if I just share that again, that you can see here that they've got that lovely matching mouth shape going on there, which also really helps for the blending. Oh, I can do this. Wait a second. Show meeting. Oh, maybe I should have done that from the beginning. That's why I'm stopping the share.
Yes, you have two buttons. Yeah, you can do between the meeting and the other one. Yeah. But it's new. It's new. It's something new. It's something not so far away. Yeah, only a couple of months, I think.
Okay.
Just you and I, divine gravity. With you and I, defying gravity. They'll never bring us down. So if you care to find me out to the western sky, has someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how.
I mean, like, you just only Cynthia Erivo could take a message back from me and make it on that really closed mouth. And that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. I'm like getting goosebumps all up my arms as I'm like listening to it. That's just such an amazing singer. Wow.
Yeah. And the control she has, it's amazing. The first sentence is not exactly her best performance, you know, but again, we are human. And I think that there is so many emotions here because this moment is very important for her. I think she was so many times underestimated for the industry, for, you know, and maybe she's the best singer around the world. When I watched the movie and I left the cinema, with all my respects for all the Elphabas past and the future that will come, I don't want to listen to anyone else in my life. So I'm not going to listen to other Elphabas anymore. You know, I will not go to the musical again in my life. Okay, but I don't want to do it
That's
anymore.
very extreme.
I know, but I want to do that. It's like, no, I don't want to listen to anyone else. You know, it's too much. It's too much.
You know what? I semi agree with you, but I just like to go. I haven't seen Wicked in like at least, I think 20 years was the, no, when was it? No, maybe 15 years, I think, because it came out in like 2008, right? So I think it's been like 15 years since I saw Wicked, and I've never been back again. I don't know why that is. I think because I don't like to see shows a second time. I'm not like, I don't need to go and see them loads and loads of different times. But this, I just love the way that she's, it's just so, like you said at the beginning, like so much connection to the lyric. You really feel like in that moment that she's not like Alphabet on stage, she's Cynthia Erivo, but the lyrics are referring to her.
Yes.
And I just feel like she's telling us the story. And that's what I really, really love about it. And the color choices are due to those acting moments. Well, it's not, I don't know if it's an acting choice. She probably made that choice, but like, because of the connection to the lyric, I feel like that's where those color changes are coming from, rather than like going, oh, I want to sound darker here and I want to sound lighter here. And
no. It's like, yeah, it's a choice about the emotion that she's feeling that particular moment. Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ariana's face.
That was a beautiful change.
Yeah, and also the camera is doing the effect that she's flying, because I don't know, you have to watch it more to notice that, but now the camera is starting to do it like this, so the camera is going down, so you have the feeling that, you know, it's the optics, it's like that she's going up. And the first time I see that, I was thinking she's going to fly right now. Maybe no, it's the effect of the camera. So play again.
We're gonna look at that again. But like, did you? I just like that felt like that almost felt like a warning that she was giving in that moment. Like, nobody in all of us. Like, it was like a "don't you fuck with me" moment. That was like, oh, I got like, oh, it just, my heart skipped the beat. It was just like suddenly it just changed. Wow, let's just do that again, because I didn't see the flying. Oh yeah, you can see the background.
I can cry every single time. I can cry every single time.
That was holy crap. I just like, wow, what a beautiful, and I like at the end, and then, you know, she's on this high note and then she's like lifting her chin and closing the vowel at the same time. You're like, way to make the note even harder. Oh, so she's on the C sharp, and she's ending on that. I mean, that's high. And she goes up to the
very high. And you know, because it's very fast, but so many things are going there, because it's Ariana on the background. There is a lot of people coming out from the balconies doing the chorus part. So we can see that. Yeah, you have to watch it twice to figure it out, because it's like so many things going on. And my personal opinion, her voice, Cynthia, it's a little down, because it's so many things happening, because we have the choir, we have Ariana, we have the orchestra, but it's a little softer, but you can listen perfectly to the pitch going far all the time with any movement. And the riff, I think, is going to be one of the most famous riffs around the music history from now. You know, it's like crazy. So I don't know how she get there. You know, it's like, I don't know how, but it's, I cry every single time that I listen to that. I cry every time.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. Let's just watch that end bit again, because I feel like I didn't see the choir coming out. How did I not see the choir coming out?
Because you were focused on Cynthia.
I totally was.
There they are. Yeah, on the right, on the left also. But it's very, you know, it's very fast. Yeah. But there's so many people there singing.
There's loads. You can hear, it's really loud actually, now that I hear that.
And I'm not sure if also the audience in this theater look at them, because they are very high. I don't know, but I was, you know, second, third time, I was thinking, ooh, these voices are very high. Where there are, because I think they are singing live where? Over there, through the
Uh,
balconies.
I feel like Cynthia's voice, as you said, like it sounds quite small. I'm not really sure if maybe it's like almost the microphone that's being used, that it's not maybe the best microphone for her and her voice, because we know that that can have a huge difference in terms of the timbre changes. But yeah, I feel like it's, as you say, like it's quite squeezed a little bit at the top there, right? And we know that she can create this like
Yeah,
round sound.
I think it's because the so many things happening at the same time in the sound spectrum, because we have the
Mm-hmm.
orchestra playing very hard, we have Ariana, we have all the people singing in the balcony, so we have so many frequencies that I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe they try to blend the voice in the middle and not to be so out like we are used to in the musical or in the movie,
Yeah.
you know. But again, you can listen to that, so no problem.
Wow. Wow. Oh my
It's amazing.
gosh. And then this last little riff, which like everybody wants to sing and try and sing it exactly like her.
I'm so angry with
Why?
with the Oscar, because
Oh,
she
that they didn't
deserves to
win.
be the youngest goat. Because if she won, she become the youngest greatest of all the time, because she had the Emmy, the Grammy, and the Tony.
Oh, was that the only one that she hasn't got yet? The Oscar. Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
nobody get the Oscar so soon, and it was her time. I don't understand why. I think so many people don't don't like musicals. All they underestimate musicals. All they think they are not serious cinema. And that's why. But it's not only the singing, it's all the acting through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I was quite surprised that she didn't win, because I just a bit again, yeah, it's just because also I wasn't really the biggest fan of I think Zoe Saldana wrote one, right?
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen that movie. So, but
me
that's
too.
also a musical.
It is.
Um, I mean, obviously, there are like mostly political reasons why anyone wins anyway. And I think that, I have to see the movie in order to like kind of get a better idea. But I just thought she just did so well. I thought that it was just some of the most beautiful acting. I was very skeptical to go and see the movie actually, because I was like, I love Cynthia Erivo, wasn't quite sure about it, but it just was, I felt like it was done with such grace and such like, it was so true to the show without being, and like it was almost even better than the musical. Like it was bigger than the musical could ever be, and
Yeah.
that's why I just loved it, because it was like it didn't try to be the musical, the movie version of a musical. It was just like an almost like a separate story in itself, that it was just like the CGI and everything, it was just like absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And you can notice that everyone is very respectful about the story, the original musical.
Yeah.
They love that. They love musicals and the opportunity to see 3D things,
Yeah.
you know, the backstage of the buildings, everything. It's an amazing opportunity. I was thinking they need to keep all the scenarios and do like a Harry Potter park, you know? Or Disney World Park. We need the Wicked Park to
Yeah.
go there, and into the lake and everything. It will be amazing. I want to be there.
You should write to Universal and you'd be like, you have to create. I'm sure they'll create like some sort of wicked section at one of the theme parks. Like, definitely.
I hope so, because it's amazing. For me, it was the most incredible experience about the movie is the possibility to be there inside the buildings, it's inside the
Mhm.
rooms. It's magical. I love
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was just like absolutely stunning. Wow, what a performance. That was incredible. and just yeah, I'm not sure about Wicked Park. I'm not the biggest theme park person.
Me too, but only to do, to be there and touch things and do photos and everything. Yes.
Well, to go up and sing "Defying Gravity," obviously,
Of course,
which
with the groom. Yeah,
exactly.
of course.
You
Yeah.
have to do that with the broom and like stand
Yeah.
there and just go go and sing it. It'd be amazing, absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Alicia. That was so beautiful. I have to watch that again now. I'm just like, there was so much going on. I feel like you have to watch like 5 or 10 times to get a handle on it.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a great pleasure. And please, an Oscar to Cynthia Erivo as soon as possible.
Yes, we're going to start that petition. An Oscar to Cynthia Erivo. Woohoo!